Recti diastasis is a condition when the external core muscles start to draw apart and you get a split along what's called the six-pack. When this happens, it indicates that you've got underlying weakness through the transverse abdominal muscles, those deep corset-like muscles that help to support your spine, and quite often through the pelvic floor as well. So to check for diastasis recti, it's really easy. You just use your fingers. One finger is about 1 centimetre, two fingers about 2 centimetres, and you want to feel just above the tummy button, on the tummy button, and below the tummy button. You come down onto your back. You have your feet close into your bottom. You want to take your top up and have 1 or 2 fingers just above the tummy button to start off with. Around 1 or 2 centimetre separation is normal. More than that, 3 or 4 centimetres, sometimes you even get 5 centimetres, is a significant separation, and you need to be working on drawing those muscles inwards, not through planking or through normal sit-ups, but through breath work, which will help to activate the pelvic floor and the deep transverse muscles, and over time draw these recti muscles in towards each other. So to test, you take your top up, fingers like that, you take a big breath in, and as you exhale, you take your head and shoulders up, and you'll be able to feel the ridges of the sides of those recti muscles slightly apart, or maybe a bit further apart. You also want to be feeling for the structure underneath, so how far you can actually push your fingers downwards. So inhaling, coming back down again. I'm going to take my fingers further down onto my tummy button now. Normally, if you have got separation around your tummy button is where it's the worst, because like a zip, it kind of opens up around this area. So let's take a big breath in, exhaling, and I can feel there, with me I've got about 1 centimetre separation, so that's fine. And you want to feel down as well to make sure that there's not a sponginess underneath, but a tension underneath that little gap. Slowly coming down, and then slightly below your tummy button, you want to feel there as well. So it's between around here and here that you can generally get a sense of that separation if it's there. Taking a big breath in, and then exhaling, coming up, and there for me it's a bit more closed, so I can't get my finger in there. Slowly coming down. So generally, when people have separation, it's because of an underlying structural issue, the way they stand and the way they sit. So if you have got the propensity to tuck under but lift your chest up like a soldier, maybe rolling your shoulders forward most of the time while you're working at your desk, and then you realise you can't breathe and you throw your shoulders back, this kind of action actually lifts the rib cage up away from your spine, flares the rib cage, and that destabilizes these recti muscles, that action. So often when women who are pregnant get that separation, it's because of an underlying pushing forward and using the pelvis as a shelf to hold on to the weight of their baby. So we want to get your posture correct, and that's dropping the base of the rib cage in, making sure that the pelvis is back slightly. So I'm going to stand up and just show you here. Base of the rib cage in, pelvis back, bottom not tucked under, not pushing forward, just letting your behind be behind you. And so your ears want to be dropping down through the shoulders, through a plumb line if you like, through the hips, knees, and down into the ankles. If you, I'll just lift my trousers up, if you hyperflex into your knees, quite often you end up pushing yourself backwards through the pelvis and then thrusting through the chest. So try not to hyperflex the knees, a little bit soft through the knees. Next thing you need to do is establish a full diaphragmatic breath. So the ability to breathe right down, spreading the rib cage underneath the armpits, and allowing the pelvic floor to receive the inhalation, and then as you exhale, learning how to draw the pelvic floor up with that exhalation, so that when you do any strenuous lifting, twisting, even exercising, you are making sure you engage the pelvic floor before you put any intra-abdominal pressure downwards. So I hope that helps. I hope you get a little bit of information there to help you test in for that recti diastasis. If you have got separation, please make sure that you learn how to breathe and stand well to start off with, and then go into rehabilitation. rehabilitation, how to actually close those muscles in towards each other. Thank you.